I used to think my life was unfair. Every morning, I woke up before sunrise, put on the same cheap suit, and went to work at a small bank downtown. The salary was terrible. Barely enough for rent, food, my mother's medicine, and my little brother's school expenses after my father died. But I kept going because I had no other choice. One day, my manager called me into his office. He smiled that fake corporate smile and said, "If you keep working these extra hours, I'll make sure you get a raise soon." I believed him, so for months I stayed late every night. While everyone went home, I sat under those cold white office lights counting money that would never belong to me. I skipped meals, slept less, worked harder. Then payday came. No raise. I walked straight into my manager's office and asked him about his promise. His face changed immediately. "A raise?" he laughed. "The budget doesn't allow it." I reminded him what he had promised me. He leaned back in his chair and said coldly, "If you want more money so badly, resign and find another job." That sentence crushed me, because I couldn't resign. I was feeding an entire family. I left his office trying to control my anger, but something strange happened on the way home. A sharp pain exploded inside my head. It felt like someone was drilling into my skull. I thought it was stress, but the headaches kept getting worse for days. Eventually, I went to a clinic. The doctor asked me strange questions. Had I lost weight recently? Was my appetite changing? Did I feel exhausted all the time? Then her expression became serious. "I can't be sure yet," she said carefully, "but I'm worried there could be something serious, possibly a tumor. You need a CT scan immediately." I felt the world freeze around me. She handed me a prescription for painkillers and directions for the scan. Later that day, I lay inside the CT machine trying not to cry. The machine hummed around me while terrifying thoughts filled my head. What if I was dying? What would happen to my mother? To my little brother? Who would take care of them? When I left the hospital, my phone rang. It was my mother. She asked if I was okay. I swallowed my tears and said, "Yeah, I'm fine." She paused. "Your voice sounds different," she said softly. I forced a laugh. "Just normal work problems." After the call, I went to a pharmacy to buy the painkillers. That's when I saw him. A poor man standing beside the counter, begging the pharmacist for cancer medicine for his daughter. He was missing only 100 pounds. Just 100. The pharmacist crossed his arms impatiently. "No money, no medicine." The man practically pleaded. "I'll clean this pharmacy every day for a month. Please, my daughter needs this." The pharmacist looked at him with complete coldness. "I don't need a cleaner." I reached into my wallet. Exactly 100 pounds. The last money I had. The money for my own medicine. For a second, I hesitated. Then I walked forward quickly and handed the money to the pharmacist. "Sir," I said, pretending casually. This man dropped these. The poor man looked at me in shock and embarrassment. He just took the medicine with trembling hands and left. And suddenly, I felt afraid. Not of the headache. Not of the possible tumor. But of life itself. What if my scan showed cancer too? How would I afford treatment? How would I protect my family? That night, exhaustion consumed me. I fell into the deepest sleep of my life. The next morning, I went back to work like nothing had happened. Same rude customers. Same endless paperwork. Same exhausting routine. But after work, I rushed to the hospital for my results. My hands were shaking as the doctor opened the file. Then she smiled. "No tumors," she said. "Your scan is clear." For a moment, I couldn't breathe. Then relief hit me like a wave. I walked out of that hospital feeling like I had been given a second life. Nothing around me had changed. I was still underpaid, still overworked, still tired. But something inside me was completely different. Because for the first time, I understood something important. Life is heavier than we think. Every person around us is fighting a battle we cannot see. And sometimes, the problems we complain about every day are tiny compared to the disasters other people are surviving. That day, I went back home smiling. Not because my life became easy, but because I was finally grateful to still have one.